Nightingale from the field to tend to that cut. Tohu Harris will come on for the Kiwis. Just keeping in mind some possible scorelines tonight, but if England wins by 10 points or more, they will go past New Zealand on the Four Nations standings. A win by 10 or more would seal a spot for England in the Four Nations final next week in Wellington.
Okay, boys.
So possibly Tohu Harris will jump into the pack. Simon Mannering will pop out the centre position on the right-hand side, and Vatuvei maybe onto the wing.
They've got more drama here. Thomas Luluai he's going off as well. I think it's a concussion test for Thomas Luluai. It was in the packing of the scrum they got him off. This is quite uncertain times here for the Kiwis. Vatuvei centre field.
So Hiku into dummy half.
Well, it's the blood rule as well for Thomas Luluai. Bentham sent him out of the scrum, but all the training staff for the Kiwis have been tending to Nightingale. So now they've got a double change. And they count as two interchanges.
Come back, wait here.
New Zealand with the ball. Isaac Luke comes on. Kiwis 15 metres inside their own half. Taumalola, well, they know that he's got the moves. Right and left foot.
Release now.
Just short of halfway. Imagine being that big and being able to step the way he does, like Benji Marshall. Wow. Johnson goes for the roof. He's about 4 metres short. And Hall has fielded it. That's an over 30-metre high kick from Shaun Johnson.
He's done well, Hall, there. He looks a little bit nervous in attempting to catch a football, but he tends to swallow it, and I love the way he just bounces as soon as he's caught it and ducks off and gets good speed.
So England in possession, 15 inside their own half, and Watkins is the man with the ball who's come in from right centre, and an army of Kiwi defenders there, Mannering the main one. Now Graham on that right edge, good footwork. Graham got straight past Isaac Luke like he was a turnstile, and now Clark takes the run at Isaac Luke. You better get in touch with the speed of this game. Isaac coming off the bench. As Owen said on the sideline, England really playing up tempo. Now Smith, a bomb out towards the wing. No one wants to compete from New Zealand. Knocked back by Hall. Sarkinson's offloaded. Widdop, nice footwork. 20 metres out. Now a second kick. Vatuvei doesn't get it. Manu gone forward to Kenny Dowell. It has.
It's a knock on.
They call it knock on and not offside. Manu says, sir, I didn't touch it.
Have a look.
Yelling out, have a look. There's a great kick from Widdop. First they go to the left and get a little tap on, uncontested, and then they come right across to the right. Well, to be fair, has touched the right arm of Josh Charnley and then promoted infield. Kenny Dowell to pick up the spoils. The hands of Charnley were inside the hands of Manu Vatuvei. Let's have a look here.
Charnley is there. Look, Daryl, I'm not going to go heavy on the on-field officials for missing that, but we clearly see on that replay, Charnley there first. And there's Widdop slipping. Can't blame the surface for that one. It is in perfect order. But another chance for England. And aren't they mobile tonight?
75% field position.
10 away from the line. Clark, Widdop goes out the back, fielded by Tompkins. May have been played out by the Kiwis. Sam Tompkins, that is, offloads to his brother Joel. And now Joel, the dual international, is only full from the line. Wrapped up by Taumalola. 6 for the Kiwis. They scored inside 2 minutes. Graham's been outstanding. Widdop, little juggle on that edge. Farrell cops the tackle of Johnson and Tohu Harris. Harris is playing right centre. Farre, right wing. Widdop, they come that way. Sam Tompkins went short.
Great tackle, Harris. Tohu Harris. Or the proctor.
Sarkinson held up. Bad ball. Widdop gets it. 15 out. Tries a kick. Kenny Dowell has turned around. Hiku gets across. The white wall. It's a mobile white ball. They come from everywhere.
What about the bounce? Everyone missed it. A brilliant tackle from Proctor on the right edge. Saves the try. And then Widdop puts it in. Foran thinks he's going to catch this cleanly. Then it skips up over the top of him. And this bounce here is really important. Hiku's coming across and he'll come into frame. Tries to duck under Burgess, but cops a brilliant shot square on. And is only going one way once Burgess provides the shoulder.
Well, all New Zealand is doing at the moment is hanging on, having to scramble, having to claw their way out of this one as England throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at the home team. Burgess, it's his best start to a match. I think he's been a little quiet in the Four Nations, to be honest. I don't think he can do that. I don't think he can be held and just put the ball on the ground like that. And Bentham has ruled the right way for Manu.
Commentators curse.
He put it down before that called the tackle.
Only once have New Zealand been actually tackled in the opposition half. 63% possession for England. Let's have a look here. Proctor's up top. Blair gives up downstairs and comes in for a second time. Wants to play the ball.
Bentham was explaining, you can't just go to play it if I haven't called help.
Heads in.
Well, Bentham in charge. He hails from Lee, the story of the referee who did the last test in Dunedin in 1928. He was also from Lee. Hang on a second. James has been called out here.
Come with him, please. Don't say anything yet. Don't say anything. Time off. Pardon?
He's trying to pluck in his fucking hand all over it.
Yeah. What we've got is we've got an angry reaction, okay, by James. That's what's fueling everything. Stay relaxed. Come on.
Oh, stay relaxed, stay calm. We should get a T-shirt. That's a great idea.
Okay,
we should have a cup of tea.
Hey.
Stay relaxed. An angry reaction. Now, yeah. I was just going to say the referee from 28. He was from Lee. He set off an Englishman. You know what happened, Darryl? He never refereed again. He went home and never refereed another game.
Out.
New Zealand with the ball. Thomas Luluai currently going through a concussion test.
First measure.
Kiwis 15 metres inside their own half. Just stay relaxed. Hard to relax on such a big night. Hunter Powell's out there now for New Zealand. 5 inside their own half. Taumalolo. As a coach, Stephen Kearney, you've got to be ready for anything. Well, there's been a multitude of changes that he wouldn't have been planning to make. Tapau gets his first run. And it's a big charge. They're also going to get Greg Eastwood on in a moment. Now Luke takes off. Been a while since New Zealand has been down this end of the field. And
good call.
They get a penalty.
O'Loughlin just slowing to play the ball down too much. Too quick play the balls in a row for the Kiwis there after 2 slow ones to start the set. Exactly what they were after.
They are attacking the eastern end of the ground. As you see, it looks a bit bare. That's where they have the concerts here. They can bring in the grandstand seating if necessary. 15 away from the line. New Zealand on the attack with Luke Holton up beautifully for Ford and for Mannery, who had his equal best try-scoring year in the NRL for the Warriors. Now Luke to Foran to Johnson. This is where they're dangerous. Oh, Harris Hall got in face of Harris.
Catch and pass, and Faroe scores. Great tackle, Hall.
And away from the line, back for Johnson. Now to centre field for Eastwood. Well known to English fans and players after a stint with Leeds. And Luke to Foran. Heku, long ball. Vatuvei, he'll own the corner, but I'm not sure if he got it down. Manu has not got up claiming a try.
I think he's lost it.
Time off.
It's not often
Henry.
that you can stop the big fella from scoring that close. But from that look, absolutely England have done it.
So now New Zealand time to execute, courtesy of the penalty. They shift it to the right to start with, and then feedback for the block shape to get Hiku involved and wrapping round to the left. Here's the ball to Manu. Steps off his left, straight into Charnley, and the contact's lost it to start with. Didn't even get to the line. So a knock on. Sees another error. New Zealand's 4th in this match so far.
Yeah.
Well, Charnley put his body on the line there. I mean, what else do you do? You've just got to grab whatever you can with Manu.
Yes, mate.
Whatever appendage you can grab hold of, you grab. To try and tackle him and put him to ground, and he's forced the turnover. And England will get a scrum feed 10 metres away from their line.
Just say it again.
Manu's got some awful memories of that Four Nations game in Wellington 4 years ago. Broke his arm in the opening minutes. That was a real low point in his career.
Just the way this game has gone, all the New Zealand bench has been used to date, and England yet to make a change.
Well, that's the worst scrum I've ever seen break up. They broke up like it was the last day of school. They wanted to get out of there that quickly. and the scrum had all disbanded, and Bentham blows a differential penalty. Good on him. Don't let it go. Let's have attention to detail in that department.
Here, lads, that's it. Good.
So I like that. Many people liking the one referee down in this part of the world too. Hill takes the run up. Elliot Whitehead is now also out there on debut. He's in jumper 18. He'll play the right edge for England. He's a big boy. Hails from Bradford, but he's been a real star for the Catalans club the last couple of seasons. And now Clark to Hill. Hill's been as good as any front rower, and even though he's coming off the bench, he's been great this tournament. Clark onto O'Loughlin, then Widdop. Good again. Farrell that edge. Harris hangs on with Eastwood, but England find themselves inside the New Zealand 20 yet again. They have to convert into points though. Smith to O'Loughlin, cut out ball. Charnley's got speed. Manu has left the door open. He left a little channel for Charnley to sprint to the line and score, and England is in front.
Points up to the coach's box. Left the door just a little bit open. Maybe the confidence was down after not scoring at the far end of the football field. Great work for Josh Charnley. Saves the try with a brilliant tackle on Manu in one end of the field, and then schools him with a little outline. Widdop to the line. The ball here, catch and pass. They miss out Watkins to the outside, and Charnley, well done. Had numbers. The defensive read was good on the inside. It was just Manu who was caught too far in field.
There he is, Josh Charnley.
Yeah, pretty good.
He's loved Dunedin. He loves his Nandox, Josh Charnley, and he was sent out on a reconnaissance mission and found that earlier in the week and hosted the team there.
Okay.
But he is a try-scoring specialist. There's no question of that. Some phenomenal efforts in the Super League, really. Last year was quite amazing from Josh Charnley. 34 tries.
Yeah.
He scored 5 in a game this year against Widnes. That was around about June for Wigan.
They really have constructed all their tries to date superbly well. With a plumb, really, haven't they? Worked through the middle, attacked at the edges, the centres, the 5/8s, supplying their wingers with the football, exposing the defensive poor read.
Another one from the sideline for Gareth Widdop. Takes it back a long way, about 25 metres. For a 10-6 lead for England. They have better of possession. They have better of play. Gareth Widdop looks pretty good. There's a gunner hold it slide. He's hit the post again. He's hit it again. Oh dear.
Unlucky. One left, one right. 2 hits at the left post. But it's the execution from this English side that we've seen in this competition that really has made the difference. Not too many balls hitting the ground, just one so far tonight, and it's gone astray out the back. Everything else out in front. Tompkins wrapping round. Brilliant.
8-6 scoreline, England from the restart, and that is Whitehead with the ball. So just assume England was to win by 2. That wouldn't be enough to displace the Kiwis off the top of the ladder. But it would mean that Australia would have to win by more than 18 points tomorrow.
The way they're playing England, they've got many more points in them. Many more. Here's Graham. Straight up the middle. Holds this time, and that number's on the left.
We'll keep you across the detail of possible scenarios for tomorrow. That one coming from Wollongong. The 4 o'clock local kick-off there. South of Sydney, as now Sam Tompkins has tried to find Watkins. It's ended up with Mannering. Play on is the call. I thought they said knocked down by the Kiwis, and England challenged that it was a knock-on then.
If Callum Watkins actually gets that ball, he scores. Manu charging it up, needs a touch after a couple of poor touches.
And now stripped of the ball, New Zealand get a penalty. I've got to tell you, with this crowd indoors and the pace of this game, I feel this is Test football that down in this part of the world has to play second cousin, if you like, to State of Origin. But this is as good as what gets dished up by New South Wales, Queensland. Don't worry about that.
What about James Graham? There's 28 minutes gone, 70 metres, 9 runs. He's going to run out of the park if he doesn't get a sub soon.
Game 5 of the 4 Nations, and it's another pearler tonight. Now Isaac Luke to Martin Sapau, on to Tohu Harris. Contrasting hairstyles across those two. to Powell and Harris. Harris is just one big hairy man. Now it's with Eastwood. He's just one very big man. 5 metres away from the England line. Luke dummy half. Left side this time. Foreign to Mannering. Mannering offloads. What a pickup from Foreign. Brilliant stuff. 9 metres from the line. Luke. Kiwis down by 2 after they led with the opening try inside 2 minutes. Ball almost lost there. Last tackle to Powell to play it. Luke. Johnson, he thought about kicking, had a chance, Vatuvei, unmarked on the outside. Nightingale comes back. All swathed in bandages there to score his second try. Too good.
Take my hat off to Dean Vatuvei. Superb play from the centre. I so thought Shaun Johnson was looking for the little kick in behind, maybe a little grubber along the ground. He decides to go wide, and Vatuvei sums the situation up so well. Here it is here. Out of dummy half from Luke to Johnson, and here, step to the inside, and just passes nicely out to Jason Nightingale. He is such a valuable player as Dean Vatuvei. Durable as well. Penrith signed him from Manly. He's played 50 games for Penrith, would you believe, in 2 seasons. So that means he's played every game 2013 and 14, plus 2 finals this year as well. He's developing into one of the premier centres in the competition.
There he is, Dean Vatuvei, 11th test tonight. But the wingers having a night out here. Nightingale a double, Hall and Charnley the try scorers for England, and of course Manu dropped that ball right on the goal line. So all 4 tries to the wingers.
Okay, behind the posts.
And Shaun Johnson kicking to take the lead out to 4. On this angle with this kick.
Time off.
Should explain to those who haven't watched a game at Forsyth Barr, it does look strange to see a cave-like existence at the eastern end of the ground where Johnson is kicking, but that is the versatility of this stadium. They've had concerts the likes of Elton John where they've packed the place out. Over 30,000 fans came to that. So here he is, Johnson kicking into that space and kicking well. Well, that could be a factor. 2 from 2, and Widdop, none from 2.
He's done well, Shaun Johnson. Hasn't been a great ground statistically for goal kickers. There's a lot of white posts in the background when you look around the ground. So then kicking the football at the post, sometimes you get a little bit mixed up. What pole's what? No problem for Shaun Johnson, however. 2 from 2.
Okay, boys, inside.
And obviously that equation for the final. Should New Zealand win by any margin, they go straight through to the final. And Australia will win by any margin tomorrow, will get them there. And Samoa, well, they would be looking at points for and against, but their chances would still be alive. So New Zealand with the ball inside the 20, and Proctor has it.
Second.
2 big sides, 2 big sets of forwards throwing themselves at each other here. 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Nightingale, we may have had to visit the Florence Nightingale to get back on. After that nasty zipper appeared right in the centre of his forehead. Here's Harris.
Lovely work from Thomas Luluai. Dummy left, shift right. Vatuvei out of dummy half. Up over the halfway. Good yard.
And now it's the Kiwis that are picking up the speed. They will test the fitness of England, who had so much field possession. Oh, it's a mighty kick. It's a mighty one from Johnson. That's a magnificent take by Sam Tompkins. That was a spiralling special that almost kissed this transparent roof here in Dunedin.
Stay square.
As close as a kicker's got to the roof, I would suggest. Good chase from Foreign. The take from Tompkins was unreal considering the circumstances. Now, Eastwood it is. Puts a shoulder to the wheel, drives the English back. Indeed.
Awesome kick. Awesome kick from Shaun Johnson.
There's one player who could hit the roof. I would suggest it would be Shaun. We tried a couple here at the captain's run yesterday. Didn't really get close.
Sam Tompkins involved again. Having to field a kick from his New Zealand Warriors teammate. Smith kicks down centre field. He got a good piece of it as well. Hiku's with the ball. Rushes back at them. Hiku does very well. Almost back to the 40. Good run by the young Manly back.
New Zealand seems to have weathered the storm somewhat, and now starting to get a little bit of momentum. Here's coming Manu, one out. I wish it was two out, one pass needed.
Back to the 40-metre line, New Zealand in possession. Luluai back out there, Nightingale. And he's been able to offload. Foreign sights a little hole, and foreign away. Hill was able to drag him, but New Zealand back inside that England half. 12 points to 8. Kiwis in front. 6 to go first half. It's been most enjoyable. 32 away from the line. Tohu Harris having an impact off the bench. Got themselves in position for another attacking kick. Oh, he's lost it.
Lost before the play ball.
There you go. The call from Bentham. Right onto it.
Just when you want to apply a little bit more pressure, make a contest on the last play.
Good pair of eyes here.
There is all square. Was there a knee in there from Ferris? Of course there was.
Looking good, Tom.
Scrum will pack down 21 metres away from the England line.
Wait. Let's get heads in.
Just to the north of the city tonight here in Dunedin. 10 to 9 local time on a Saturday night. And Burgess is there. That is Thomas with it. That is where the stint starts for England. And now Whitehead with the ball. Actually, remember this young kid coming out to Australia with the English Academy there a few years back. It's been a handful of years ago. He won the Players' Player on that tour. Stamped as a player of great potential, and he's taken a few years to realise it. And now Widdop up to halfway.
I believe he's attracted some attention in the NRL as well. Just 1 year left on contract. Looking to possibly have a start out here.
Ferris went into a dummy half duty there, the Huddersfield back rower. There with the ball, 40 metres away from the line. Here he is, Brent Ferris. Swings it left to Widdop to bomb. Nowhere near the height of Johnson's kick. Hiku's been very good tonight in a position where he is under pressure every time the ball is set his way.
Good pressure on the kicker there.
Wait.
For New Zealand from Tohu Harris. Widdop skied that one into the middle of the field. Kenny Dow coming in to do some work. He's been quiet this evening.
Just noticed Sam Tompkins had a little problem at the back. He was with a trainer. I think it's with his hand. But he's still out there at fullback as Luluai gallops out of dummy half.
Manu loses the boot.
Big boot at that. Now Nightingale. He is looking for work. Come over the left side of the field. Luluai, Johnson. Let rip another one. Here we go. Not as high as the last one. Tompkins again. Sam Tompkins. And then he's lost it in the play the ball. New Zealand will get a scrum feed. Sam Tompkins blows up big time.
Well, they're all high-fiving Kieran Foran. I'm not really too sure why. He was actually behind the play. The ball didn't have any part of it.
Yeah, we did.
Looked like just a sloppy play from Sam Tompkins, trying to do it all a little quickly after coming up with a marvellous take. Here he goes. Does well, doesn't he? Look how the right leg just shifts to the side, manages to hold himself up there in the air, and there, well, tunnel ball. Look at Foran. Biggest line on the ground. Can't blow up at that, can you?
Well, at least Phil Bentham can understand what Sam is saying. Some of the refs in the NRL had no idea what he was saying when he blew up about things. I go in favour of the referee there. I think attention to detail, not good. It was more Tompkins putting it forward on Harris's leg rather than the other way round. So Johnson, it's a chance for New Zealand. Hiku with the ball. Gee, this had hurt England if they were to fall behind more than 4, given what they've shown over 37 minutes of this first half. To Powell, almost collected high by Burgess. Oh, they are going to call it out. It was a glancing blow, not much more than that.
There's a bit of niggle here. Ferris has come in and reacted to something as well. With Marty Tapau for a second effort. It could have blown up.
The high tackle we're going back for.
The penalty had already been given.
High tackle in here.
Ferris pulls his jumper off his shoulder, his arm. Let's have a look here. Good shift from Marty Tapau. Right on the chops, and then he ducks down.
What are we doing, Tom?
Right in front. Would you go for goal here? Would you make it 6 or go for the maximum? Well, there's your answer. They will go the maximum. And Harris is bent back. 2.5 minutes remain just over in this first half. Lullaway rockets the pass out. Hiku and dummy. Hiku. Well tackled low down. It was Matty Smith. It was a good one. Dare say you could call that a try-saver. Now Mannering the Bromwich. Took on Burgess. Offloaded. Foran, Harris, Johnson. Proctor in support. Dummy and pass. Nightingale had a chance for 3. But couldn't gather it in.
Johnson had nearly created it. The speed, the movement to the right, but the pass needed to be perfect. Puts his hand up in acknowledgement. Let's have a look at it here. Harris shifts the ball to the one with the wheels, and here he puts the foot down. If this ball is out in front, Nightingale's got a chance. Reaches behind, can't grab it.
So now just under 2 minutes remain first half. Is there a trick shot in this England side? Have they got the daring to try something coming up to half-time? Tackle 1-15 out from their own line. Very flat out of dummy half. They almost got themselves in an ugly situation there. Their urgency to get out of trouble. Again with Thomas Burgess over the 30-metre line. Had an ankle problem during the week, Thomas. There was some doubt about him midweek. Missed a session. Hill gets up to the 40. He's from Warrington. Quick play the ball. Ferris switches. Back for Burgess. Oh, Burgess has collected high that time. Just a slapping motion from Bromwich. Last tackle England. There is to be no trick shot. Smith's kick will go close to the sideline and bounces gently over. With 1 minute left on the clock. This is where I go down and I put in a huge push in the scrum, but perhaps I'm looking at the game through rose-coloured glasses. But I'd be trying that.
I think both teams happy to get to the sheds and get some instructions. The pace this game's been played in the first half. It's been pretty frenetic. New Zealand able to compose themselves after England at 65% of possession at one stage. Put themselves back to 45% of possession. So they've had some football and scored points when they've needed to. In just a couple of errors in the last 10 minutes from the English side.
Heads in, wait for the call. Out.
So New Zealand with the ball.
One, move, Brett.
So just correcting, we had a little problem with the clock. We in fact now have just under 2 minutes remaining in the first half, so apologies for that. But we are well on track right now. New Zealand in possession and Bromwich on to Harris. So you'd have to think England will get another shot before half-time and having possession. Lullaway, they roll forward. And Bromwich can't offload that time, or Kenny. Through in the tackle, they can't get him down the ground. Plays it 5 metres inside his own half. Lullaway has been good. Blair, oh, Mannering, beautiful. Foran, Kenny Dow, forward to Vatuvei.
Forward pass.
No question of that. We are right in line with that on this northern side of the ground.
Well, this is poor attack from New Zealand. Look how flat they are on the outside. Mannering will shift the ball to Foran, and here Manu's actually, well, he's a step in front of Shaun Kenny Dow, so you'd have to question, what are you doing? Give yourself an opportunity. Kenny Dow was flat as well. Manu was in front.
Well, to be honest, you could blow penalty there. You could say deliberately forward, he's standing in front of you. You don't pass it to him. It's just poor. And now Charnley with the ball. So now we're inside the final minute of what has been a very good first half of Test Match Rugby League, continuing what has been a very good Test Match tournament. And Ferris's tackle 40 metres from the Kiwis line. New Zealand scored inside 2 minutes and currently lead by 4. It is 2 tries all though. 31 away from the line. A win by any margin tonight. New Zealand straight through to the final. Thomas Burgess off a short ball. Now inside the final 30 seconds of the first half. The crowd, the zoo, up at that western end are getting noisy. 15 from the line. 41-metre gain in this set. To the left side they go. Widdop for Farrell. Farrell will go close, but no. They've stopped him. It's Dean Farray. That saves the day for the Kiwis with a classic around the legs tackle.
Wait. Okay, hold.
Brilliant work.
Hold.
Shifted to the outside. Tompkins had gone on the inside looking for an inside run. But the defence on the right again to the 4. Not only does he deliver an attack, I'm going to call him the postman. Dean Farray delivers on all occasions.
Great stuff. Great first half. With so much to play for tonight in the Four Nations. Here at Forsyth Barr Stadium in Dunedin, 2 tries all. But New Zealand lead England at half-time by 12 points to 8.
Well, Sam, where do you think you can get them in the second half? Plenty of metres being gained in that first.
Yeah, I think, we just need to play our rugby down this end of the field. A couple of errors and penalties meant we came off our own end a little bit too much, but we can squeaky clean on that end, then we'll be better down there.
Best luck, mate.
Thank you.
Well done, thank you to Sam Tompkins. 2 tries to Jason Nightingale for New Zealand, 1 to Charnley, 1 to Hall. Repeating half-time here, 12-8, New Zealand over England.